I feel like a woman is not a feeling, it's a thought. Where does that thought come from? It comes from a black and white thinking, a stereotype, typical thinking of what is a man, what is a woman. You want to surpass that and go to just be you, accept yourself as you are, as a woman, as a man, whatever you're born as, and accept that that's who you are. And it can be very difficult, especially if you have some kind of neurodiversity. It can be autism, ADHD, schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety, and depression, and so on. It can be so many things going on. It can also be internalized misogyny, internalized homophobia, mother wound, father wound, and growing up with immature parents can create all of this, and in dysfunctional families. And as humans, we have a tendency to be very hard on ourselves, and it can be very difficult, especially when you're in your teenage years, forming years, trying to create your identity and figuring out who you are in this world and where your place is, where do you belong, and it can be very frustrating. And we all have both masculine and feminine energy within us. So the feminine essence or the feminine soul or feminine spirit or whatever, or male spirit or whatever, like, it's not a thing. Your spirit or soul or essence or whatever you call it has no gender. But your biology, your physical body has a gender, and gender is just another name for sex. So you're either male or female. Oh, intersex, yeah, intersex is also female or male, and it's very very. I can see the frustration growing up in a very sexualized world, especially a world where children and young one are kind of put on a pedestal and sexualized. That's disgusting and should not be a thing. Of course, yes, there is such a thing as a sexual, like sexuality for children and young ones, but it's for themselves. Nothing to do with adult sexuality. So we should not mix adult sexuality with the younger thing. And it's hard to say, like, when are a child, a young one, when are they a child? When the child, they're just a child. But when does the young person become an adult? It's hard to say. It's not like a one size fits all kind of thing. And it is hard to say, like, when is the time, when is the appropriate age limit for sexual exploration or whatever. But in most countries, it's like from 18 or 21 or something like that. I think in Denmark it's like 15 or 16 or something. You can be sexual stuff. And I don't know. I really don't know. It's like, because we develop all our lives if we want to. Some stop and get Alzheimer's or whatever. But if you're willing to explore and study your whole life and learn new things every day, you are never really done developing. So it's hard to say, like, when are you really an adult, because I see also a lot of adults that are not adults. They're like immature and not really developed emotionally, or cognitively. They're not really there yet, and I wouldn't categorize them in the category of an adult, even though their age might be adult. So there are many, many aspects, many perspectives, and this can be hard to see what's up, what's down, what is right, what is wrong. And I guess, yeah, it all comes down to the individual and your truth and my truth and all this postmodernism shit. But I also see that there are uh, truth, capital truth, and capital R reality. Like, sex binary is a reality, and it can be hard. It can be really, really hard. I understand. Like, I'm trying to understand the non-binary perspective, And as far as my understanding comes to, is that it's a rejection of the stereotypes, or a rejection of being sexualized. So, and trying to figure out, like, and I see gender fluid as just, that's just kind of the bottom line. It's just like saying I'm human. It's like, yes, we all human. All humans are humans, kind of thing. So, um, so that doesn't make any sense to say, oh, I'm gender fluid, because, well, we all are, because we all have both masculine and feminine energy within us, and it, for me, it's about integration and finding balance in that, uh, between, like, the balance, the yin and yang. It's just the principles of yin and yang, masculine, feminine, day, night, up, down, black, white, whatever. Everything is opposite. You need to rest and digest. You need to eat, take in nutrition. You need to exercise. You need to rest. You need to, everything. You cannot sleep all the time. You cannot eat all the time. You cannot exercise all the time. You need that balance, and it's, you can call it masculine and feminine, and or day and night, black and white, whatever. It is not always black and white, like the sexual characteristics. Like, you can have a butch woman or a feminine man, but it's still like a woman and a man. It's not like something else. So, I guess with all this, I wanted to say, accept yourself as you are. Your body is your temple. Please provide it with nutrition and care and love. Love yourself as you are. Accept yourself as you are. I know that is very difficult. And to gain that safety to actually love yourself. So it's about finding safety so you can have the space to love yourself and give yourself the nutrition and the care so you can be healthy and live a good life. So, yeah, accept yourself. That's pretty difficult. Just do it. Anyway, so if you need some help with that, I have a Discord server called Empathy Buddies, where we listen to each other empathically and share vulnerable our vulnerability with each other. And it's called Empathy Buddies, and the link is my bio, I think it's called, on this platform. Anyway, I love to see you there if you wanna hang out and have some vulnerable conversations, sharing what's alive in you and talk about feelings and needs. So, yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.